This is the female pelvis. The pelvis sits at the base of the spine. It houses the internal organs, including the bladder, the reproductive organs, and the bowel. It supports the vital organs from below. It supports locomotion and helps to develop and deliver life. In the front, we have the pubic bone, and in the back, we have the sacrum and the tailbone. And then on either side, we have the pelvic innominates, which are also known as our hip bones. What we can see when we look from the bottom is the outside of the pelvic floor. And this area here is actually called the vulva. This is the neighborhood the vagina lives in. So we have the labia, we have the clitoris, we have the mons pubis, which is where our pubic hair is. We can see the perineum below. And this differs from the vagina. So the vagina is actually inside, which is essentially a hallway between the cervix and uterus and the outside world. The pelvic floor is a sling of muscles. We look inside here, which attach from the pubic bone in the front to the sacrum and tailbone in the back, and then also on side to side onto the ischial spine, which is just above our sits bones. The pelvic floor is made up of 3 layers. So outside here, you can see the first layer. This is the most superficial group of muscles. I can remove this on this model. What we don't see is a second layer of muscles, and then below we have the third layer, the deepest part of our pelvic floor. And that's what we typically see from the inside. The pelvic floor has multiple functions. So it acts as support for the internal organs, as I discussed earlier, so support for both bowel, bladder, and sexual organs, as well as the vital organs that are found in the digestive tract. It also supports sexual stimulation and function. It acts as control for the bladder neck and the bowel neck, supporting both bowel and bladder continence. The muscles of the pelvic floor help to support the pelvis, so they act as a stabilizer. And lastly, the pelvic floor supports the pumping of fluids from underneath, pumping of fluids throughout the body.